is time, so we'll go ahead and get started. I didn't think I hit that
It's time. A new sound.
All right, all four current members are present, so we've got a quorum.
I'm sorry. Turn it off. No.
Our first order of business is the minutes from the December meeting. Those should be on our drives.
Okay. I gotta get with my tech guy again tomorrow.
Alyssa, do you have a copy of the minutes?
Somebody's not sharing stuff with me.
Did you need it?
Yeah, Chris.
Okay.
Just
Chris
for
does
the
as well.
copy of the minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Chris, when you
It's not shared.
finish that, can you pass it over to us?
Sure.
Who has to share the file for me? Is that somewhere in the Microsoft universe? Or?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know who those. Hey, who was the admin?
Any questions or corrections on the minutes?
Nope.
All right. Can I have a motion to approve?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes from the December meeting.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second.
Second by Russ. All those in favor, please
Aye.
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? All right, minutes are approved. Mr. Mayor, can you do us the favor of swearing us in so we can actually do our duty here?
One of the things we have to do once a year in January is swear everybody in for the redevelopment commission. So how about you guys just stand at your seats and repeat after me. Raise your right hand. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm
Do
solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
That
I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Indiana,
and the state of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and diligently
and diligently
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of the redevelopment commission
of the office of the redevelopment commission
of the city of Southport
of the city of Southport
according to the law
according to the law
and the best of my ability.
and the best of my ability.
Thank you. And, before you leave, if you can sign it and then give it to Alyssa, and then I'll sign it in the morning. Does that sound fair?
All right.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, our next order of business are the budgets.
You did not have any claims, so right now is the fund report.
Yeah.
You have anything to approve? So do you want to see that too?
So our fund report, we've had no changes in the last month since we've had no claims or no income.
There's no changes.
So this isn't,
Oh, here, this is copy.
Oh, it is.
I don't know.
It does, I'm like, it's fine.
Any questions?
Can I email it to her? Can it be emailed? Is there something, oh, okay. I'm still
Does she
looking.
not have access to her drive?
She's having trouble.
Yeah, and my phone, my tech guy through our business, the email's up on my phone. It
Okay.
will not come through my phone, only my computer.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if they can work on that for me again next week.
Do you want me to send it to your RDC email or your regular
I'll
email?
send it to my regular phone
Okay.
now, so I can see it, then I can
That's fine.
transfer it.
Okay. All right, I just sent it to you. Salesforce had all these weird rules about things you couldn't email, so
Oh, yeah,
that's what I was like,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's public, that's fine.
So can you explain, since we're being recorded and they don't really know what's going on, can you explain that you're using your phones to look
Oh, yeah.
at stuff?
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
he has a computer, he has a computer. I just don't want him to think that you're on your phone talking, you are taking care of business.
that is a good point.
Yeah,
So what
thanks.
I did is I brought up the fund report on my phone, that I have access to the drive on my phone. And then because Chris is having difficulties, I emailed her the fund report so she can just see that there were no changes. Just verifying what Alyssa said. So yes, I was not playing Tetris or,
Thank
you
you.
know.
Any questions on the fund report?
I don't have any.
I've got access now, so you got to share. Sorry, everything.
All right, then, old business, we got two things. The survey results and the redevelopment plan update. I passed around copies of the survey results to members. I did share that Google Sheet with folks, if you got it, then I got it. So far, we've gotten 13 responses to the survey.
And you said you did share that?
Yes, I shared the Google Sheets to
Is
the
it?
RDC email.
I didn't get it. Let me see what's on,
When I sent an email about it.
I don't think I received
I got
that.
an email that has a,
I ever saw it.
mine has a Word file. Is that it? It's not a spreadsheet.
I didn't receive that email.
Okay, well, that's why I printed it out and
Yeah, I got,
handed it
I
to
got
everybody.
a regular document on that.
Okay.
It would be helpful to have an electronic copy of this.
Yeah,
So that, like-
I will get that sent out. I did
Okay.
try and share that with folks, so
That's
evidently I failed.
I would like to ask about the survey. I was kind of surprised to see the survey in the newsletter, given that we as a commission did not vote on the finalization of that survey, nor did anybody share questions besides Chris and I.
You and Chris shared questions. I had taken what I had shared out to everybody and added a couple of things and modified those. I sent out to folks that this is what we had. Sent around the survey to ask if,
Who did you send that to?
I sent it to the RDC email list.
Okay, have I been removed from the RDC email list? Because I'm not receiving any of these things.
Maybe check your spam.
I haven't got it. I just.
I didn't either.
Let me see.
I mean, I got your email saying that time had gotten away from you and you'd be sending them out tomorrow, but then I never received anything further from you.
Yeah, on the 17th.
Yeah, I got
Send
that
it
one.
out.
I have nothing, yeah, nothing in the junk
I've got it
folder.
here, it came to me, but I couldn't get into it because I wasn't all the way hooked up or something was wrong, it wouldn't work now, it's working.
Well, I mean, regardless of if you sent them or not, we didn't vote on them. And so you should not have gone ahead and published a survey without the full commission approving that survey to be sent out.
Well, it's done.
Well, this isn't really a situation where we ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
This isn't
This is-
really a situation where we got a time machine either. So
Well,
we got the fact of
right.
a survey that's been
Yes, but listen to
circulated.
me and stop talking over me. I'm done with you condescending to me. This is a situation where you went and did something on your own without the approval of the commission. This is not the RIC show. This is not the RIC Development Commission. That's not what the R stands for. There are other people on this commission, and you have to work with those people. You can't just unilaterally decide what you're going to do and go do it. So I think that this is something that needs to be addressed, because this is not the first time that you have tried to just steamroll something, and that's not how it works. There's a reason that we have a commission who determines what is right for the city of Southport, and that we didn't appoint Rick to run what redevelopment in Southport looks like.
Are you done?
Yeah.
When we discussed this in November and in December, we knew that we had a deadline. The reason for putting that out there was so that we could make it into the newsletter. The reason that we circulated sample questions amongst each other was to be able to get to something that we could put into the newsletter. We got sample questions from yourself, from Chris, a number of things that I had circulated as potentials. It was my understanding after our December meeting that we were ready to send it out once we had a final set of questions. I made some edits, I sent it out for approval by folks. It was my understanding that we had approved putting a
Can you
survey
show me
in.
where you sent that?
Yes, ma'am. I can show
Since
you
I didn't
right
receive
here.
it and Chris didn't receive
I
it.
cannot help what you don't receive.
I'm just saying, can I see
Right
where,
there.
where did you send it?
I got it on the 17th.
It was 5 days before I needed to get our article for December newsletter to Betty to be published. I sent it to the RDC list, which I do not maintain.
And you didn't think it was weird that you didn't get any response from anybody? You just went ahead and decided to do it?
I thought that no responses meant people didn't have any comments and were good with the content that had been collaboratively put together.
Okay. I just find it really interesting that Chris didn't receive it, I didn't receive it, Russell received it but didn't have access to it.
Well, that's because my system wasn't always set up. I just took a look at the email address, which is just a list of all the emails that are added into it. Everybody's is in there, so I can't tell you what happened and what didn't.
All right.
The email addresses look good, so I don't know. I could, did
Yeah,
everybody get
I will check into that further, but
did everybody get the email I sent out about, that had the attachment of the redevelopment?
Mhm. I
Yes.
responded back, and I think if anybody is doing anything that make an easy fix on something like this is to say, please respond back that you got this.
Yeah.
And if nobody did, then,
yeah,
You know,
and
reach out.
I think that this
so
is.
just so there won't be any problems.
Yeah,
Which was in the content of my message, right? Take a
But
look
even if
at
it
that.
comes from you or me or Russell.
right, but if nobody receives it, then, you know, I think this is a lesson to know that this is not infallible. I mean, I can show you, I never received that message. Chris is saying she never received it either. So, you know, I don't know what the solution is here, but I think that if it's something as important as we are making a decision, we are putting something out there, that, you know, if you don't hear back from somebody, I think maybe we need to either table it until the next meeting or, you know, pick up the phone.
Were there any questions in the survey that you feel were inappropriate?
No. No, it's not that there are any questions in there that are inappropriate. I think it is just the fact that we did not vote on this. We did not come to a consensus as a group. And then the next thing I know, this is out there for people to start responding to. And the only person who has access to it is you. So it's not even, and I'm not saying like that you're manipulating it or anything like that. I'm just saying that everything was decided upon by you. And it was not sent through the proper channels. And that's where you should know by now that I'm a stickler for submitting things through the proper channels.
Well, again, I sent it out to the group. The group includes all of our email addresses, our official Southport email addresses. I asked for review and comments on it. Not having heard anything, my assumption was it was good.
Okay. Well, I guess in the future we don't assume things. I'm just asking that you completely verify before you do something on behalf of the RDC. I don't think that's too much to ask.
And I'll expect you to respond.
No, I can't respond to emails I don't receive.
And I can't know that you didn't receive it if you don't.
What am I supposed to do? Like, oh, hey,
It goes both ways.
but if I don't know you sent me an email, how am I supposed to respond to
Because
it?
I said we were going, we had a deadline.
So what?
I said during the meeting that I would get it out to everybody to look at and review.
Yeah,
So
and then
we
you
could get it
send,
published.
and then you send an email saying, oh, time got away from me, I'll get it out to you tomorrow. And then I didn't receive anything, so I just assumed that, so I made an assumption too. I'm saying, in the future, if we don't hear from somebody, I guess, you know, how am I to know that you sent me an email? How am I supposed to just reach out and go like, hey Rick, I didn't receive any emails, did you send me an email?
So you just said that you got my email stating that
I
time that
did.
way and that I would get you something tomorrow.
Yes.
And you chose not to follow up with me to say, hey, where is that?
All right, I see how this is. It's fine. You went ahead and sent it. I feel like this is a situation where you just did whatever you wanted to do and you moved forward, and it's fine, it's out there. We've received 13 responses. You know, I would like to take a look at this data and see, you know, what it says. But I'm just saying that I don't think that at this point email has proven to be a reliable form of communication for these situations.
The survey is still live.
How long is it gonna run?
So it was sent out with the newsletter. It was published on the
First part?
17th. Well, it was published after that, actually.
The last week of December.
Yeah. So I published the survey when I sent the article to Becky to be included in the newsletter. So that was on the 22nd. Our first response was on the 24th. And we got responses up through the 8th, which was Thursday, I believe.
And so they'll be taking surveys from people up until what, the end of this month? Or-
Until we decide to
February, March.
unpublish it.
Okay, got it,
So-
okay. Just
We
keep
can
it
do
running in
that.
the
Yeah,
newsletter.
we can do that at whatever point we like. I think 13 responses is, it's not a lot.
Yeah. Is it something to where it will stay with the code on, and just keep publicizing it in the flyer? Like for February and March also?
So the city newsletter goes out every quarter.
Every quarter?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mayor, can you tell us how many surveys go out every day?
About 750 newsletters go out every quarter. And then I also give them to the businesses.
Typical response rate. I'm thinking about it.
Is it?
Well, depends on how it's administered. I've done enough surveys.
That's pretty good considering surveys, or the newsletter's only been out since, right after Christmas. 28th, I think is
So
when
it's a
we
1.7% return on a voluntary survey with limited access. Typically, I don't know how many people have done surveys, well, from grad school up to now, I've been doing surveys a lot, and if you get 20%, that's stellar. So 1.7, 1.73, that's more than I expected. Let's just put it that way. It's a voluntary survey, you gotta look at the survey, you gotta look at the newsletter, you gotta read it. Then you gotta decide to look at the QR code. There's a whole lot of steps in here that, this looks like a pretty low response rate, and it is really, but it's not so bad. If we let it run for another couple of quarters, it may be more.
When were the newsletters distributed?
When?
Yeah,
Typically before the end of the quarter.
right.
End
but-
of March, end of December, end of
No,
September.
when were the ones that were just, what days were they distributed on, do you remember?
I got mine on 28.
The Tuesday after Christmas.
Yeah.
How did we get a response on the 24th?
So when it was first published,
Uh-huh.
I had sent that around to us, and I don't,
It might have been me, actually, because I did it real quick.
Okay. I'm just like,
Also,
how did we get one on the
we don't
24th if
think-
they weren't distributed?
It was very positive.
Let's see what Alyssa approved. Hey, this isn't so bad.
Okay.
May I say something? Also, the newsletter is on our website, so the QR code is on there also.
Okay.
and when was that published on the website?
That was published on the website.
Newsletters, did you say?
Probably 28 newsletters.
750.
Okay. I was just curious how we got responses on the 24th before they were submitted or distributed.
Yes.
And if we don't trust that one, or for whatever reason, we can,
I'm not scared.
Mine's you.
Well, I don't-
30th.
I don't think it's you because I don't think you're 65 or over.
I'm definitely not.
So,
I might look it, but I'm not.
no, I don't think you look
I
it.
didn't look today. All right.
But I was like,
Or the 30th, okay.
I was just curious.
Maybe mine's not.
Interesting.
These are taglines, these are numeric values, exactly like aggregate.
Google
I
has.
just kind of wonder how it's gonna analyze all of it.
Yeah, so they've got graphs on the, for the responses, so,
Okay.
And I can-
Basically tabulates it for us, we don't have to go in and put it in a spreadsheet. It does-
yeah, so I exported it to a spreadsheet because I
Okay.
couldn't figure out how to send the graphical results around.
Okay.
If I can get that figured out, then I think I can copy the individual charts. But
That makes it easier, not that 13 responses is difficult to tabulate, but
yeah,
it's just.
it does make it a little bit easier to see, so,
So when a document gets shared, it ends up on my OneDrive sheet, right?
Sorry?
I'm just getting the landscape here, this is different than what I usually use.
yeah. So is it the sense of the commission that we need to keep the survey up, or do we want to take it down?
I would support keeping it up for at least 2 quarters, maybe even 3, because since it's not really a scientific survey, we don't really have length of time constraints to have it out there. It's not like we're gonna do a
I
poll or
agree.
something like that. So
I
I think
agree.
the longer we leave it up, the more people are gonna see it.
I think that also,
Before finally respond.
And in January, a lot of people, holiday stuff, it's, taking the time.
it also gives us the opportunity to have that at events. We can have that QR code printed and have it at events. We could even print out some paper surveys. I think that had been mentioned in the past that, for people who aren't tech savvy.
Do you want it on the city's Facebook page?
That would be great.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'll get that from you then. Should put on that website.
Any other discussion on the survey?
No?
I don't think so. I don't have anything. It's interesting.
Next thing was a redevelopment plan update.
Yeah, I sent everybody, I forget if I sent you a PDF or a Word, I think it was a PDF document. To look over the maps, I'm redoing them right now, I haven't done yet. I'm trying to make them all uniform, the same kind of look and everything. Right now, all I've done is come here and make some scribbles in here. And I'm gonna be, I'll send out a red line version of what to either edit and or remove. And have everybody take a look at that. Would you rather I change it into a Word file so you can put edits on it, or you just want me to send a PDF red line out?
I think a Word document would be great, or if you can just upload a working copy on the drive. I mean,
The Google Docs thing.
I know Google allows that you can track who makes changes. I'm assuming that Microsoft does the
too.
same.
Yeah,
So,
as long as you're signed in to Microsoft when you.
right, so you would have to be signed in to get to the drive anyhow.
So what I'll do is I'll get it, I'll work on getting it shared as a Word document. And then if, you can put questions in there, you can put text in there, just don't delete anything that's in there. That way, I'll know who wrote it, and or that it was written and not, deleting something else that we have in here.
Yeah.
A bunch of it, not a bunch of it, but a little bit of it can just go away. They got critical areas listed in here, they don't use those anymore. There's a few other things here and there that need to be updated and changed. And, so I'll get some of my scribbles in here, Word document, and then send that out. The original one was a Word doc, but I don't know how close it is to this. I have to see how close they are with each other.
What,
In the document I sent, I thought it had the maps on the back, and it doesn't, so I'm trying to find those. So I'm going to send out the maps separately.
I was just gonna ask about that. I was also gonna ask, is this the first step that's needed in updating the TIF district?
No.
Or they're completely separate
They're-
actions?
They're linked but separate. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. And TIFs and redevelopment areas are both different, so. Can I bring up that too? Anybody got any other questions about this before I send it out?
I don't have any, do you?
Because Chris and I were talking together last Thursday about, and correct me, I think, did the assessor say if we excise Perry's building out of our TIF, we might start getting money? Okay.
Not for this.
Because what I think we ought to do first with TIF is to remove the Perry building from our TIF district. That way,
Yes.
the valuation is going to drop a lot as far as what's non-taxable. And then we should start getting money back for subpoenas.
Okay, so,
I just don't, I'm not entirely sure of the actual process besides vote on the boundary. That's no problem, but we should probably get hold of one of our land use attorneys with just a quick question, say what's the best way to handle this? And then whether it's get rid of both, we can't get rid of both of them because that'll mess up everything with the base valuation over there. So probably talking about it, just excising that one parcel out.
okay,
Now, we could probably just excise it by parcel numbers, aren't there by parcel numbers? And if we can just do that and vote on it and get it done, and they have to look at the council too, a lot of that stuff does.
I would think that would have to.
Then we can get rid of that, and you go talk to the assessor and say, look, we excise this out, give us our money, quit stealing. Yeah.
okay, so it's pretty easy to just lift that parcel.
From what I understand, it's easy, we just
Okay,
get the parcel numbers we want to remove, and then remove those, and then the calculation's supposed to change.
okay,
the state has an online form that makes it easy to add to the TIF district, but it doesn't indicate how we would remove parcels from the TIF.
I you'd add to it. I'd make a new, I would add.
I was gonna say, before we contact the lawyer and pay for that, is that something that could go through AIM? Because doesn't AIM have a,
Yeah, they got
There's a
Dedicated.
redevelopment association.
yeah,
So,
I'd have to know.
yeah, they have the
Oh,
RAI.
yeah, that's who you guys funded.
And I think RAI has a dedicated attorney now. I think I read that somewhere, I might have that mixed up, but,
That'd be a good first step, and when you get hold of them, so that's what we want to do.
okay,
And they should, I mean, I think it'd be not a real wildly common thing, but it might be infrequent, but not unheard of.
yeah. Okay, if you would like, I can dig through RAI and see if I can find somebody and start asking some questions.
Yeah, and just tell them we need to remove some parcels from the allocation area because they went nonprofit, and it's messed up our valuation, and we're not getting anything.
Okay,
And that's not a good thing.
okay.
Did- I know they've got a mailing list that you can post to. I don't know if that's our best bet or.
Yeah, I'll copy everybody on anything that I send.
Anything else on the rebuilding plan?
I'll need your, help me figure out how to get that Word doc in there as a Google Doc thing. I've used it, but I've never set one up, so.
We shouldn't have to do it as a Google Doc, we should just be able to post that Word doc to the share.
We should be able to share just one version of it, and they should be able to, because I don't like cloud-based anything, just because.
Yeah, no,
I'm old, so.
we use Teams at work.
We have to
and,
work too, I just
Yeah,
use it for me.
just post it up there, and as long as people open it with MS Word, it will, all track changes and everything else, all those capabilities are there.
Okay, cool.
We did get, this morning, had a gal come in from the dental office that's gonna be opening where Chase Bank is.
Oh, awesome.
Kids and adult dental care, so they applied for their general contract license today, and then they're gonna be getting their permits to work on the inside. Not doing anything structural, not even touching the HVAC, she said.
Good for them.
The walls that they're building are all like removable partitions, right? Not partitions.
Not all the way up to the
Yeah.
ceiling, right?
Yeah, so,
Okay.
and I can forward you guys the plans.
So they won't be in aisle people.
Right, that's what it sounds like.
Do they have a
So,
target opening date?
they're hoping by March.
Oh, that's quick.
This is their 5th office. They have one in Franklin and 3 in Indianapolis on different sides of town.
Okay.
So
What's the name
it is kids and adult dental care. And she said that they were aware that we have a Chen population here in Southport, and they have I can't remember if she said if it was a receptionist or a dental hygienist that is Burmese, and they're gonna move her to that office.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
she said we really wanna work with the Chen community and, you guys and stuff, so,
That's great.
yeah. But I'll forward you the plans. It's just like an architectural kind of thing.
Are they planning on patching that hole in the side where the ATM
I
was?
sure hope so. I said, what are you gonna do with the drive-through? And she said, we're not gonna touch it. So,
Oh, do they own the drive-through too?
I-
Did that come with
I
it?
guess.
I think
Weird.
the drive-thru's owned by somebody else,
Yeah, I don't know.
and they need to sell it because they're garbage.
It needs to be,
dump
it
there.
needs to
Somebody
be
did.
demolished because somebody tried to put some kind of fake ATM in there. Did you see that?
No, nice.
Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah.
Yes, we did.
And then I think somebody was trying to sell something out of the, I don't know, it was an odd situation.
Right.
Okay. All right. New business, we've got election of officers. We need to elect, yes,
I know that with the holidays and everything, the council hasn't been able to get the extra person on the board yet. Would it be better to wait until we get that extra person to do officers, or do you need to have officers?
You know, the state says
You have to have it right now.
you elect them every January.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I was just checking.
Is there somebody, how quickly we can get together and get somebody? Or is there somebody in mind that we can, if we forget this month?
I've been working on somebody.
Okay.
so, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought, and I could well have the numbers wrong, I thought the mayor appointed 3 and the council 2.
Yes, this is incorrect. Chris is not a council position. She was appointed by the mayor.
Okay.
This is a matter.
We tried to get her.
Okay. That's my error on the agenda, so.
I mean, if you think that you might have somebody by our next meeting.
Well, she said they needed to do
They
it by
said,
January.
by January, that
Oh,
would
we
be
have to do it by January
Yeah, I
31st?
looked-
Supposed to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you had mentioned that last time, and I looked at the law as well. It does call for election every January. Immediately after the creation, and then every January thereafter. Or first meeting of the year, specifically. So we need to select a president, a vice president, and a secretary. The president and vice president need to come from, one from each of the mayoral and council appointments. There's no restriction. Yeah,
Is that a new thing, or has that always been a thing?
Yeah, it's always been, and we just never,
Have we ever said it?
yeah, it's in the handbook that I never saw until last year.
I think I read it all, I guess I didn't.
do we have any nominations for any of the positions?
Well, I would like to nominate Russell for president.
And I guess the question on that is, how long are you staying on the board?
That's up-
Now's the time to speak up and tell us.
That's up for some debate, yes. I can neither confirm nor deny there's been debate about it, let's put it that way.
Is that anything you're interested in? I guess it's,
Probably not. I think that I would be okay with something like secretary or something. Not to take something away from somebody else that may want to do that, but.
I don't
Yeah.
think anybody's fighting to be secretary.
No,
They're not, that's why I'm doing that.
Yeah,
Pencil in.
yeah, there's a lot of moving parts here, and it's not necessarily what the commission, all that other things. Determines and members and other stuff.
Mhm.
I'd be glad to do something, but I think being president for all 12 years now, I think somebody should.
Okay. Any other nominations for president?
I mean, I don't know. I'd nominate Rick again if you want to do it. But, yeah, it's what everybody else thinks.
I've only been to one meeting so far.
And that's the thing.
This is like,
Yeah.
I just, I don't. First of all, I guess one of my questions is what, other than all of us being on this committee, the title under the name of president and vice president and secretary, is there anything any different that your position requires for that?
It's just a level of work, the amount of work
Okay.
involved. Yeah.
The only duties that I'm aware of would be that the president would preside over the meetings. The vice president would step in if the president's not available. President reports to the council, and the secretary is responsible for taking minutes, and would normally be responsible for getting the agenda out.
Okay.
Past couple of months, that's been cooperative,
Okay, thank you for clarifying that for
but,
me.
yeah.
Okay, I second for Russell. I mean for, not Russell. Sorry, Russell. For Rick.
nomination and a second. Any other comments, discussions? Anybody else gonna put their hat in the ring? All right, I'm hearing nothing. All in favor of Rick Petracca being elected president, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
Okay. Carries 3-1. We need a VP and we need a secretary.
Well, per the rules, the only person who can be vice president is me.
Yeah, well, that's
Right.
right. I was gonna nominate Heather for that.
Yeah.
Yes. I second that.
Since you're our only possible candidate, any other discussion? All in favor of Heather as VP, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Now the fun one, secretary. I heard Russell say he might be willing to take that on. Chris, is that?
Second that? Yeah.
It's more like 1, 2, 3, not it. It's not too hard before people.
Are you willing to accept that, Russ?
Sure.
Okay. So I heard Russ nominated, I heard a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. Is there anything else that, that folks want to discuss this afternoon? I did try and get the agenda out to folks to get input, and I want to make sure that we're going forward, we're
So you sent,
opening up the agenda.
so you sent an email about the agenda too?
I did, yes. I
Okay.
think I sent that over the weekend. I know I sent it over the weekend.
I didn't
remember
receive
Saturday.
that. Did you
Is that
receive-
even-
Yeah.
That's weird.
Okay.
I don't know if Nate said these were
Somehow the
going
Virgin email's not working then.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm getting everything that you guys are talking about,
I
so I know what's happening.
I texted Nate and I said, hey, there's something wrong with the RDC. And he was like, no, there's not.
Well, that's reassuring.
No, he didn't exactly say that. He just said, he's like, can you send me an, he asked for an example, and I was like, I said that things are being sent through the distro list and members are not receiving them, so I did alert him to that because he takes care of it. So,
I wanted to bring up a few things that I've been looking into.
Sure.
And some of it was put into the survey about questions about some aesthetic improvements for Southport, because I think it's very important if we're going to try and get new business in here. Southport could use a facelift on some things. And I got in touch with someone through Johnson County at the city planner's office and talked to them about their banners for down the street, I'm saying from in Southport Road and on the boundary lines on Madison Avenue. Mainly checking resources of who they use and try to get some costs and ideas. And then I also went out to New Palestine and looked at their street with their lights and their banners and spoke with someone from their council on that. Mainly just reaching out, getting some resources. I think Southport would look great with new street lights and banners like a lot of the other small towns in Indy have done. and outside Indianapolis, but that's a big project. That's a lot of money, and I don't even know if it's grant money that could be applied for or not. It could be looked into, but for a start, I thought of laying out to where we could have banners and then have like 2 flags after it, just to give you an idea of a look. Keep the American flags. I know there's people that are very close to that project and it needs to stay in Southport. But I think it would look great to have it mixed up, going from not just the business to the business district in Southport, but all the way to McFarland Road, where the sign is where you come into the city. And I think it would really make a nice touch for Southport. And it would be a lot of mixing up with city banner logos, even the police department logo. But as far as offsetting the additional expense from what was in this last package approval, what I was thinking of was putting together a form and approaching all the business owners in Southport and right outside of the Southport city limits, like the Mocha Nut and Melanie's Photography, places like that. People going up and down Southport Road would, oh, there's a photography place, or other businesses they never really paid attention to. But have an adopt a pole plan for business owners for a set amount of dollars, which would be very, very affordable for a small business owner. And they would be double-sided, and they would be graphic, have their logos on there. And I think a lot of the business owners would love to have their business logo put out on Southport Road. And I think it would be a nice mix. Even New Palestine, the city of New Palestine, has a couple of their long living residents for many, many years that were there that have their name on them, or Vietnam heroes that have lived there all their life. And you can mix it up and do a lot of things like that. But I think that it would look very nice coming down Southport Road. And so I have also ordered on my expense, donation to the city, a couple of the brackets online to even try out to see how they would be on the poles. And they're going to be sent to my business. And I also have an appointment tomorrow, and Heather's going to drive me because I can't drive on the interstate. And because New Palestine said they used a printing company there to do all of their banners. So it's a local business. So this is an idea that I have that is in the package of what was approved at the last meeting. And I think it's a start, and it's something that can be done with a pretty quick turnaround because spring will be here before we know it. And I think it will be just a nice added attraction for Southport. Have some out on Madison and then down Southport Road.
Oh, and I did, because we talked about banners and brackets, and you said that you had talked to Russell about needing approval. I did talk
From
to
AES.
Yeah, I did talk to Chief Vaughn about what approval is needed, and he said he has a contact, and they're pretty good about working with us for drilling into those
Utility poles.
the utility poles. And we are targeting just the wooden poles, none of the metal poles, because
don't do those.
the metal poles are too big around to do the attachment that way, and we don't want to turn it into a metal pole.
But the forms that would be put together would be, I would want everyone's approval on them to see before we do it, and also to see who the check would need to be made out to, where the funds go. But for a very reasonable amount of money, I think business owners would love to see that. And I think it would look nice for Southport too. It's a start.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think allowing opportunity
Makes us stand out a little better,
Yeah.
gives us a facelift down Southport Road and back.
I mean, I think businesses would appreciate an affordable way to
Yeah. Exactly.
advertise. And Becky, you can let Tom know that we are gonna include, flag project before.
You guys make the flag project. I have nothing to do with it.
Yes.
I was gonna ask you
We-
the same thing.
not-
That would be a wise decision.
Tom
not to
and
do that.
I have already talked about it. He asked if he could be involved in
Yes.
placement
Who
and
did?
Tom Quinn.
Yeah, not to step on anybody's
No.
toes on those flags. That
Yeah.
means a lot to Southport. They've been around for many years.
Yeah,
So-
and I think, yeah, I mean, it's not just important to the flag project members, it's, I think the whole community. So we definitely want to make sure that that's taken into consideration.
Yeah.
Do we need to vote on?
So I have a question, are we looking at this as a supplement to what we had passed or as part of implementing?
Well,
Yeah, it would have to be a supplement because we could only go up to the business district
Right, because
area.
we can only spend money within the business district, correct?
Well, I think we did all there.
Redevelopment area, yes.
So that would include, that would go all, not quite all the way to Dirty Shire.
Right, so if we wanted banners that went past that,
Down to
they would
the
either have to be
front.
paid for by the city. So that would be Board of
Yeah.
Public Works that would pay for
Or
that.
you could tie the Board of Works into it, and they could help extend it all the way down.
Or if we have businesses who,
Would be paying the small
Paying for
amount
their
for the banners
banners.
themselves to take care of the overreach.
yes,
And that's why I'm working on, I've made this my own plan to get costs together, to figure out what it would be. They're not tremendously expensive. They're very, very reasonable. They have a lifetime of fading of about 4 years, but it would be basically called the Adopt a Pole Banner Project. And it would be mixed in with a lot of the, like I said, the city logos or whatever, anything else the city would want to put on there. So, working on that, those are
all elected officials.
Do we still have an EDC?
We do have an EDC. They
We
do,
tie-
they meet,
do we-
right? They meet in
Yeah. they'll make it
February?
Can you tie the EDC into it as well?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too,
They
but,
don't have a budget though.
yeah, they don't, but.
Well, just time in. We could get involved a little bit, that way people would understand. The business owners would know we have an economic development commission as well. Even though they don't have a budget, it would be nice to have them tie into it, so we get more people involved.
Sure, I can do that.
So does the EDC have jurisdiction over the entirety of the city?
Yes.
I think so.
Jurisdiction of any
I
animal.
mean, they don't have any kind of budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're
They're
not.
a requirement of the bond, right? They're
Yeah.
a requirement of the RDC.
Yeah, they're all business owners.
Yeah.
They don't have to be in Southport either, but
Oh,
their businesses have to be in Southport.
I
They don't
think
have to
so,
live in
yeah.
Southport.
Well, I think it's a city owned, so that would include other rights of way, everything around the city
Right.
too. so.
Right. Okay. And when is that meeting?
Do you know, because of this?
It's in February, I don't recall. It's not any particular specific day. It just depends on
Is it held here?
the, yep.
It's once a year.
Yeah.
Send me an email when I get back. with you.
Okay.
Right now it's on February 10th, but that's subject to change if we can't get a quorum.
Give them that.
Okay.
Any information I get on any costs or anything, I'll just make sure I email everybody so they can see the form I put together. I will make sure everyone sees as far as any changes that need to be made. If we go through with this, I hope we do.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that legwork.
And I have something else in mind, but I'll wait till the next meeting. I've talked enough.
Cause like me, you haven't been home yet and haven't had dinner.
Do we have anything else? If not, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Yeah, comments from the council.
Public,
comments.
sorry.
Comments on
Public
the-
comments.
Comments from the public, my man.
That's all right. I just wanted to point out one thing that I know the council with Carol being our chair is really great at, because I know we all get a bunch of garbage email and things, she's really good at texting us all and saying, hey, check your email. And so then it puts me on the alert of, hey, I need to check a specific email, which I compliment her for doing that for us. So that might be a idea, because texts usually go through on things, and then we know to look for it, and we say, hey, we didn't get it, what's going on? So just a thought. And the other thought I have is, I'm not sure that having so much animosity at a public meeting is beneficial for the look of Southport, and I don't think we need to have that. That's it.
Okay?
Thank you.
Speaking of aesthetics, I'm still gonna be harping on that billboard. That looks nasty when we come into Southport. That's it.
What, the one on Madison?
Yeah.
Oh, I know, I advertised on that years ago with my restaurant. And the lights don't even work on it at
It
night.
looks horrible, needs to go, makes us look.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if that was somebody that had the permit for that would turn that into a digital? On Madison Avenue instead of the interstate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I leased that 20 years ago.
I
And
would like
I,
us to buy it.
for probably 2 years, and finally, my graphing wraparound wouldn't stay on because it was so rotten. Yeah,
Is this still used or just sitting there?
he's got a big 4 lease on it, and then there's a little one above it,
Okay.
but like in the evening, there's no lighting even
The
on
lights
it.
are also broken in it too.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I don't know how anybody can even lease it to put graphics on there.
I mean, the only
For a
person who was
wraparound.
leasing it was the bankruptcy guy, and he's now trying to get somebody to rent his building, so.
That's all I have, I just wanted to stir it up a little bit.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't, how do you go about something like that for improvement and,
I'm not sure that we have jurisdiction because it's an advertising sign. I think that
Yes.
falls to DMV.
it goes through Marion County
Well, yeah,
for the
it's a-
permit.
It's an off-premise advertising sign. I don't know how it got there. It had to be by variance.
It's been there
Just
for
put those
years.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So, we can check and see if it's even legal. You're probably, I'll check.
Okay.
Check that out and let us
I was gonna
know.
say,
That'd be nice.
How do you
Maybe we
check
need to
that?
start a campaign.
We could have a work day to chop
You
that.
can check.
I'm surprised a tornado
Should be
strong
permit.
enough hasn't
That's
taken
right,
that
it is
thing down
clearing,
yet. I'm really
variances.
surprised.
Okay.
And I can just query on my GIS system and find all that kind of stuff. so.
If it is something we can use, I would like to see it say with our logo, welcome to Southport, and then on the other side, thank you for visiting Southport.
Yeah,
I think that'd be nice.
yeah. When I leased it, it was very reasonable, but it should have been, considering the condition it was in. And now it's, all we can do is someone look into call the lease number and talk to them.
Multiple people called the lease number.
Yeah,
I did not, when we first started this, right after, I assumed somebody else had called because they did make some updates to it. You know, they wrapped it and they put signs on it and, for the leasing number. So I never did actually call them, but, yeah, I'd be interested to know.
Yeah, I'll.
I don't know how you can lease it without any lining on it anyway.
It's probably grandfathered into something because it's been there so long or.
Grandfathering is a very inaccurate term for some of this stuff. People like to throw that word around a lot. And they think, well, I'm grandfather.
Well, one way is to call the number and then find out what the lease agreement, what he's wanting for that, and kind of fill it out,
That's not a bad idea.
and just take it from there, and you have and ask his name, and then you got a name.
Yeah.
Any other comments from the public? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes, we do.
Second?
Yep.
All in favor?
I